Now this is crazy stuff. This individual here, scientist Tyrone Hayes, okay, he was contracted by Syngenta, one of the biggest GMO producing and chemical fertilizer herbicide companies in the world. He did this mind-blowing research into one of the world's most popular herbicides called atrazine. And what he found, and this is found in, it's the most prevalent pesticide found in the drinking water, not just our drinking water, but in the ground, which means that the food that we're eating is getting that as well. And what they found was, in a study on male frogs, is that they were turning into females. So why is this significant? Because biologically we have a similar response to these frogs. So if it's affecting them in an adverse way, it can have an effect on us in an adverse way. Now for myself, the way I judge character is one way and one way alone. I don't care your skin color. I don't care what country you come from. I don't care what gender you affiliate yourself with. Integrity is the only measurement of a person's true character. But this should lead us to question why so many people are confused about their gender. Because these frogs literally turn into females. That is mind-blowing, guys. It's not about an ethical question. This is about a question of science. And they bullied this guy into silence. They tried to threaten his family. Mind-blowing stuff.
Asking me to manipulate data or to misrepresent data, and ultimately they told me I could not publish or could not talk about the data outside of their closed panel.
And Professor Hayes, talk about exactly what you found. What were the abnormalities you found in frogs, the gender-bending nature of this drug, atrazine?
Well, initially we found that the larynx or the voice box in exposed males didn't grow properly. And this was an indication that the male hormone testosterone was not being produced at appropriate levels. And eventually we found that not only were these males demasculinized or chemically castrated, but they also were starting to develop ovaries or starting to develop eggs. And eventually we discovered that these males didn't breed properly, that some of the males actually completely turned into females. So we had genetic males that were laying eggs and reproducing as females. And now we're starting to show that some of these males actually show, I guess, what we call homosexual behavior. They actually prefer to mate with other males. And so where did you go with your research? Well, eventually what happened was the EPA insisted that, the Environmental Protection Agency insisted that the manufacturer release me from the confidentiality contract. And we published our findings in pretty high-ranking journals such as Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. We published some work in Nature. We published work in Environmental Health Perspectives, which is a journal sponsored by the National Institutes of Health. A number of studies are still coming out from around the world. One recent study has shown that male babies that are exposed in utero to atrazine, their genitals don't develop properly. Their penis doesn't develop properly, or they get microphallus. There's studies showing that sperm count goes down when you're exposed to atrazine. And this is not just laboratory animals or animals in the wild. This is also humans. We use the same hormones that animals do for our reproduction, and it's a big threat to environmental health and public health. I want to thank you very much for being with us. Tyrone Hayes, a professor of integrative biology at the University of California, Berkeley, has devoted the past 15 years to studying atrazine, a widely used herbicide made by Syngenta.